Howdy. And in games like Skyrim, we go on vast adventures in a medieval world, slaying dragons and Nazeems to our heart's content. We quest in massive dungeons and join an array of different factions with vastly different outlooks. And we do all of this to escape our reality of staring at a computer screen alone in a room. Now take all of that wonder, excitement, and escape and throw it in the dumpster. Now this is gameplay. Okay, that may have sounded really harsh, but I just wanted a very funny intro, so don't judge me. That's right, today we are talking about a little game known as Medieval Dynasty. And ignore that entire roast at the beginning of the video because I actually really enjoy this game. See, a while back, I played a game called Kingdom Come Deliverance. And one of its biggest selling points was the realism that came with it, where you needed to bathe yourself and watch what you actually wore in public. You couldn't be out past curfew or guards would get onto you for it. I really like the idea of a medieval inspired game that really tried its really hard to immerse you in what the world would be like. The only thing holding back Kingdom Come Deliverance was that its combat was one of the worst things invented by other human beings. It's a form of torture. But then came along Studio RenderCube with Medieval Dynasty, where they promised all the immersion greatness plus an entire empire management system and a copious amount of other immersive additions to make you really feel like a person bound to die by the age of 40 due to a lack of any medical advances. But I may be getting a little ahead of myself. What exactly is the story in Medieval Dynasty? And that right there is a huge departure from other sim-like survival games that Medieval Dynasty really looks like. Because when you take an instant look at Medieval Dynasty, gameplay of it at least, you're probably thinking, oh, this is just another one of those games where you gather supplies, build a building, go get food, and just do that till you die. You do that until you die in real life because it never ends. But no, this game actually starts off with a cutscene, fully voice acted cutscene, and it actually has a story to it. It's the only real voice acting in the game, so don't get your hopes up. You are playing as Rasamir or something that I'm going to call it Rasamir. And just like every anime protagonist of any game, your parents are dead. But wait, there is hope for our generic hero yet because he has an uncle in a far off land that can be... wait, he's dead too. But wait, there's still hope yet, as you are given free roam of all this land to make a new home for yourself, and at the same time uncover the mystery of your uncle's death and his really unique life by talking to a lot of people and reading a lot of like you have to read a lot, like your uncle's story. A lot of reading. And that's where the game actually begins. Go off from the very tiny starting town that you go to make a new life for yourself. And you do this by slowly cutting down trees. I mean a lot of trees. Like imagine what you think a lot is. No, that's not even close. Triple. No, I'm sorry, wait. Quadruple that number. And you're halfway to the amount of trees you need to cut down in this game. But that's not to say it isn't fun. Holding down a button, then realizing you weigh too much, so you very slowly make your way back to your cabin, because it is surprisingly engaging. Most of the gameplay and the draw of this game is figuring out what you need next for your dynasty, then gathering the supplies for it and proceeding to make it, using a various amount of handmade tools as well that you have to make for yourself. In the meantime, while you're doing all of this other stuff, you need to watch these meters over here: your hunger, thirst, and sleep. Also, if it's winter, your temperature meter as well. You maintain these in ways that you would assume. Eat to replenish your hunger. Drink to replenish your thirst. Watch my videos to get some sleep. And of course, bundle up with whatever you can throw over your body to stay warm whenever it's winter. Or do what I did and just carry a torch with you, because clothes are expensive as crap. And they're very difficult to make. I still haven't got the recipe to make clothes yet. And I need the money that I would spend on clothes for all the other crap you have to buy. I don't have the pocket change for a jacket, Reclamere, whatever the heck your name is. You're lucky I found a farmer's hat in this broken down carriage, okay? Stop complaining. Hey. Listen, you're good. You're fine, okay? You don't need those fingers anyway. Oh yeah, hygiene. You have to watch out for that too, so I made a bath. Nothing like The Witcher 3, sadly. I don't get to see Risamir's, whatever his stupid name is. I don't get to see his ripped, chiseled chest from cutting down all those trees. No, I'm still not done with that. If you can't tell, there is a lot to manage here. And no, we are still not done yet, but we will get to the main management part of the game later on. Let's slow it down a bit and talk about the progression in this game. What you're working towards. Because what is a game without something to work towards, right? There are a ton of different skills to level up by doing just about anything. It isn't the Oblivion level where just jumping around and running in circles to level your crap up. No, you actually have to put in the work. And as you level up these skills, you will be able to unlock new buildings to cut trees down so that you can make them. And these, of course, allow you to do specific things in those buildings. You need a hunting lodge to make bows. You need a sewing hut to sew things. You get it. But wait! You can't do 90% of what these buildings would allow you to do because, yeah, again, you need to level it up. Let's say you work really hard to finally level up your hunting skill. And your skill is now high enough to make those new shiny arrows or something that you really want. You're still not done yet because you gotta pay some gold to learn the recipe. So of course, in order to make money, I just made about 50 wicker baskets every single day and sold it to the nice bar owner and racked in the dough. Because who can't have enough of these bad boys, am I right? Also, it only required sticks to make, so I can do it quickly. Don't judge me, I needed some way to make money. And there are also skill trees that you can grind at to improve your speed and effectiveness at specific tasks. So there's plenty to keep us, happy people occupied. The game is also given a stinky eye to Harvest Moon or Story of Seasons if you're a cultured human, or Rune Factory if you're me, because it has a romance system as well. But do not get excited because the NPCs are randomly generated. So it's basically picking which cardboard cutout you would like to have as your wife. And so I did meet my wife. She thinks Taunton is beautiful this time of day. And we even had a beautiful child. His name is Gundalf, because it's like Gandalf but he has a gun. And if Risamir was to die by whatever this cruel world throws at him, I can't just load a checkpoint. No, I will actually take over Gundalf and continue on as my son. And then I would be his son, and then his son, so on and so forth. That's pretty awesome, I think. But Risamir can't survive off cardboard alone. He needs neighbors. That's where the management comes in. Yes, this game is about building a dynasty, not a log cabin. So you will need to recruit a bunch of other people who lost their parents too, probably, because they all just stare at a fire like they just witnessed a Bruce Wayne moment. Build them a house, tell them to live there. Then you need to provide food, water, and firewood. If they're happy, you can assign them a job at one of your stations you built. You know, either working at one of your stations or simply gathering wood or something like that. Make these people work. Sounds complicated, but it's easy once you toy around with it for a bit. Eventually, I made a self-sustaining community, which felt great, honestly, after all the work I'd put into it. They gathered wood, refined it into firewood, hunted their own food and cooked it, and gathered water from the well I made, so I could focus on the important things like hunting bears. Because yup, hunting is also here. Not much else to say. Find animal, kill animal, return with animal, cook animal, and realize I have wasted more of my only life on my fake life. And what is a simulation medieval game called Medieval Dynasty without farming, am I right? Someone pound me with one of these. Oh yeah, it's 2 in the morning. But yeah, you need to set the parameters, hoe it up, spread that dookie, and then spread the seed. That sounded way worse out loud than it did in my script, holy crap. But then you just kind of leave it for the rest of the season. Yep, no watering every day or anything like that, which felt like I was doing something wrong because I know plants. Have you heard my accent? Those dang old things require water. But this game basically said, nah. And there are also bandits in the game, but do not get excited. I've played this game for a long freaking time, and I ran into exactly one bandit camp, and the encounter was easy as balls. Didn't even get hit once, so don't expect a Skyrim level battle system, but at least it's better than. So that's Medieval Dynasty, a game that made me feel like an insane person sometimes after I kept cutting down trees. peace. But it also filled me with a strange amount of satisfaction when I accomplished something, because honestly it was pretty hard fought battle to gain those things. So they really felt like mine. And hey, that was worth my play, at least I think. The game's on Steam for around $35 US. And I would say wait for a sale, because this game might not be for everyone. It is definitely an acquired taste. It's also on Game Pass though, so at that point get your free week and give it a shot and see what you think. I didn't go over every last thing in this game because I want you to discover some stuff for yourself, because that's the fun of playing video games, right? Let me know what you think of the game though if you have played it. Also play Rune Factory 4. Anyways, thanks guys. See ya.